He's got a very strong deck, and he's had some very timely top decks. So we want Bran. We didn't get Bran. We got garbage. I mean, Kolagorn's a fine card. He's just not fun, right? And Thorason's just not very good. Taunt. I mean, maybe there's Taunt synergy with Scrapsmith. No new cards here. But this card just rotated in. It's from Golemance? No, the other set, maybe. It's from the other set? I think Sanitize is still good. He's not a mech, though, right? Scrapsmith is insane with the +2/+2 taunt buffer. Yeah, the taunt buffer is very good. Reaper Scythe's an old card that rotated back in. That one's from Scholomance. Damages adjacent minions. What you really want is Athletic Studies, I think, because you can get General Vesex. So we'll be looking for Athletic Studies. Coerce is good. 3 mana destroy a damaged minion, so it's an expensive execute, but if you combo it, they don't have to be damaged. I think Proto Drake could be very good too. I was playing with 3 of them yesterday. I went 10 with an overall shit deck. Yeah, there you go. I'll try to do that too. They recycle arena cards? Well, sets rotate in and out, so if you want to see all the sets, these are all the sets. Scholomance just came back in, and so did Fractured in the Alterac Valley. Saviors of Uldum and Descent of Dragons rotated out, so it keeps it fresh, even by reusing old cards. Shy Babe 32. Thank you for your follow. I imagine we won't be hearing from you. Probably too shy, but... Some of my favorite types of babes are shy babes. Also confident babes, and also like just kind of babes that are very shy. Alright, well don't feel pressured to chat. So babes that just kind of have like a more even-keeled demeanor. Your minions cost 2 less this turn, but not less than 1. That's trash. Ogremancer's fine. Or it used to be fine. It's probably just not very good now, but sometimes it'll, just babes. I like the non-babes too. Just the trolls. I relate to the trolls. The trolls of, not the, like, the visual trolls of Twitch chat. I'm gonna take Viper. I'm gonna take a Nubasath. Glory Hole Chaser's okay, but is it? I kinda hate it. It's gonna take taunts. I want taunt buffers. Troll babes. Yeah, I don't have a problem with troll babes with their green hair and their exposed belly buttons. The jewels in their belly buttons. This guy always sounds so much like Cedric here that it astounds me. The more I listen to the song, the more I like it. And their bare feet. You know I'm not much of a footman. The trolls that give you riddles before you can pass under their bridge. I don't like riddles. I think most riddles are kind of stupid. It's always like a scam. Most riddles are a scam. Most trolls are a scam. I'd rather just pay the troll toll. Red relates more to a trog. Trog? Troll? I've been summoned by the talk of Red's love of me. I don't want any of these cards. Well, I kind of want them all. They're okay. I'm going to take this card. I don't really know, if that's right, but spells are good, right? Oh, baby. It's one of the many great songs by them. All right, one day I'll put a second one in and see if I can integrate a second Nothing But Thieves song. I'm going to excavate 4 times, I'm pretty sure. I like Wrangler more than Senior. You gotta pay the troll toll to get into this boy's soul. Was it soul or hole? Yeah, I'm not really all that familiar. Sword Eater's fine. Also, where's Greg Hardy? Did he want me to talk about the new cards? Or the old cards that are new in this arena rotation, but are actually much older? Because all these cards are new for the meta shift, but they're not mini set cards. I don't think we've seen a mini set card yet. I'm actually not sure what the Warrior mini set cards are. Powderman? Looks a little like Dreads, but that's fine. That won't stop me. Execute or Battle Pickaxe? Maybe I take the Battle Pickaxe. I've got 1,000 weapons. 1,000 taunts. New cards from mini set. Okay, yeah. There's not many, right? So the mini set only has like 30 cards or something like that. And each class only got like 3 or 4 cards. So I haven't really seen any. Maybe they only get 3 cards or something? I haven't seen one yet. We'll run a Gadgeteer over Pure Caca. Could take an Anoyotron for taunt synergies, but maybe Delinquent, maybe. Don't really want Woodcutter's Axe. The problem with Woodcutter's Axe is I already have this weapon and it's never gonna run out of durability, right? Treasures aren't new. The treasures are Duels cards, and those will be your 30th pick. So the last pick of the draft will be a new arena card. There'll be an old Duels card that's now been shoehorned into Arena. I will talk about those when we get to them. It'll be the last pick of every draft. First pick will be a legendary, last pick will be a treasure. Onyxian Drake, I think, is actually quite strong now. There's a ton of free armor cards that are decent. Shield block costs 2, not 3. We passed the Rook, but it's like you always have armor now. It's like 4 mana, 4/5 taunt that just kills something. Yeah. Hearthstone features 4,597 collectible cards. Is that right? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. 100 or 200 cards per expansion, something like that, right? 150? Not sure Red has paid the troll toll for this boy's hole. Hopefully not. I don't know what you mean by Duels treasure. You'll see it on pick 20, pick 30. Once we have 29 cards in our deck. Bellowing Flames is great. You can take a slam over another Viper here. Another Powdermen? I'm not finding those 4 mana 3/4 taunt buffers, but these Powdermen are great. Wow. These are all okay. Do I have mechs? I'm gonna take Blast Charge. I could get 2 more Excavates. It could happen. Here's a card from the mini set. It's a neutral card. It's a 2 mana 3/2 elemental, which is a part of the theme of the mini set. If you played an elemental last turn, you can draw a card. So just kind of a throwaway card. It's a fine card to take, but I wouldn't take it over Wandmaker. Shecky, thank you for the follow. Warriors back. We have no athletic studies and no juggernauts, and our legendary is not great, but the deck is fine. If you throw in a trial by fire, maybe. We should take the Sword Eater, but I'm going to take the Wandmaker so I can get an Athletic Studies, hopefully. Information. Now, there's a card I love. I love Information. Adds 2 random taunts to your hand. Both of these 2s are probably better, but this is just kind of a 2 mana draw 2. It's an old school 2 mana draw 2, where you don't really draw from your deck, but 2 mana for 2 cards is pretty much always worth it, and I'm sure there are high rolls. I don't know what the best taunts you can get are, but sure there are good ones. We take Dinomatic here. I'm just not a fan of Cruel Taskmaster. Armorsmith? I mean, when in doubt, a taunt is just a better card for us, right? These are like playable curve cards, but I don't really want them. Commencement. Summon a minion from your deck and give it taunt and divine shield. Great if you hit Kolagharn. Awful if you hit any other card in your deck. The problem is all of these suck, though. How can you pass Bunny Stomper? Well, it really sucks. I should take Containment Unit here, but I kind of want to take another Wandmaker, and then I'm going to get Whirlwind, and I'm going to really regret it. Alright, we'll just take this big fat thing. Okay, another Sword Eater. Could run a Frothing, but... Alright, so our next pick will be our Duels treasure, right? So this is what I mean by a Duels treasure. So there are these special cards that were in Duels, and now are going to be your last pick of Arena. They didn't import all of them, and they did import some of them. The thing is, there's like 20 or 25 of them, maybe 30, I'm not sure, somewhere in that range. And like 10 or 12 of them are dog shit. They're just not good cards. And like 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4 are very strong, like more powerful than they should be. And then there's others that are just kind of okay. So this one's like an Arcane Intellect. That's all it is. 3 mana draw 2 is just not that good. Gain 4, like sure, like it's never a bad card, but this doesn't feel like a particularly impactful card. Druid has a 3 mana draw a card and gain 5 armor. And if it's in your hand for like 2 turns, it's draw 2 cards and gain 10 armor. And that card's not that good. And that card's better than this card. You know what I mean? So this Hunter's Insight I think is fine. 2, it's just fine. Reduce the cost of all the cards in your hand by 1. So if you get it in your opener, or if you have a way to draw a lot of cards and get a 6 or 7 or 8 mana discount, it's fine. Like, I've had it. It doesn't feel like a detrimental card, but it also doesn't feel like a card I really want to put in my deck. And then Holy Book is one of those like 3 or 4 or 5 cards that I think stand out as being perhaps a bit overtuned. So it's 8 mana to silence and destroy a minion and summon a 10/10 copy of it. So you can basically look at it like a 8 mana 10/10 that silences and destroys a minion. So which sometimes has upside. Somebody cast this on my Templar captain. So they got a 10/10, silenced my captain, killed it. It probably had a buff on it too. And then summoned one, and then attacked with it, and then summoned a 5/5. So you have these humongous swing turns from some of the cards. I think this one is probably like a top 3 treasure. I think the crab we lost to in the last game is the best one by a considerable margin. And then I think there's probably a debate between this one, the 5 mana 2/8 that summons itself as an 8/8 when it survives an attack. I think maybe in certain situations, Bubba can be good. It's a 6 mana 6/6 that summons 6 1/1s that attack immediately, whatever you target, and then whatever, if any are left over, they still have rush, not the 6/6, but the little shitters. What's the crab? The crab is a 5 mana 3/3. Battle cry, destroy a minion. I don't know if it's enemy, but destroy a minion and then gain its stats. So, you know, even if you're playing it on curve, you kill your opponent's 5/5, you summon an 8/8. And then if they can't kill it right away, they're just fucked, right? Like, and then when you're killing your opponent's 10/10, then you're getting a 13/13 and killing their 10/10 for 5 mana. So the bigger minion you kill, the better it is, and the more frustrated Redbeard becomes. About the one where you draw at the beginning of the game, yeah, I didn't really rate that one super highly, but then I drafted it, and I didn't realize you get it at the start of your turn. It's an additional card, so you basically get to draw an extra card, and then it, you know, just gets bigger over time. Every turn it gets +1/+1, and so oftentimes it's 2 mana 4/4 or 2 mana 5/5, or if you can navigate the game, it's a 2 mana 7/7 or 2 mana 8/8. That one I would put on the short list of best ones. Dose thinks that one's better than this card, and I'm not so sure I necessarily think that, but I'm also not so sure I'm in a position to disagree with Dose of Coffee of all people about anything. What do you think about Worshipper? Probably a tier down from some of those other things we were talking about. Worse than the crab. I think it's worse than this. I think it's worse than the 2 mana taunt. I think it's probably worse than the 5 mana card, but it's in that next tier of, like, you know, probably near the top of like a tier down. So it's like crab, I think, and then it's like whatever those 3 or 4 other ones we said, and then it's like a chunk of like another 10 cards that are probably fine. And he's probably the strongest. She's probably the strongest of those. That's just my initial thoughts. I haven't even played with a lot of these, but that one's a 3 mana 2/4, where your hero just has 3 attack constantly on your turn while it's alive. At the end of the day, it's a 3-drop that gets free killed by Fishy Flyer. It's a real snowbally card, but if you can't kill it, you know, it's gonna feel very powerful. Like if I'm playing this and they're just free killing it, then it's gonna feel unfair, right?
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
The only downside to Henchman is giving the enemy info on your turn 1 about your treasure. Yeah, I mean, information that you can't react to or, you know, whatever, like, it's really not very valuable in that sense, right? And, like, I have no idea what his treasure is. If I know what his treasure is, it doesn't change what I can do like 99% of the time. It doesn't matter if I know that he has this. I'm just going to assume that he doesn't draw it. And if he draws it, I probably can't beat it. It doesn't really change how you play. So the downside is almost non-existent. And the upside is you get an extra card and you get an overstated, you know, 2-drop with taunt. I hate all these priests now on ladder with better priest decks than mine. Priest player lol. Arena, I mean. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that always sucks. That always sucks. But if you keep drafting, eventually you will have a strong priest deck. Does that help? Are you guys not entertained? It's like a mind control that buffs the guy you steal for 8 instead of 10, right? And then if it was a Proto Drake, he doesn't get a minion. Like, it's just kind of nutty. No, he might just kill it or whatever. Like, it doesn't always win you the game or whatever. Dreads would call this deck broken if played against. You know, I look at a turn like this, and I look at our deck, and I watch Dread stream, and, you know, Dreads is my friend, as much as we shit on him. It's like you almost can't even like take a lot of his arena takes seriously anymore because everything upsets him so much. It's like this broken Duels treasure, like it was just countered by his 2-drop, right? Like there's still a lot of back and forth. You know, Dredge, he just gets really mad if he's losing to whatever he's losing to. So it's like, yeah, he's a very excitable man. Yeah, now I get it. Like it's frustrating losing, and certain things are more frustrating than others for sure. But it's like at some point it's like, well, if every card pisses you off, like I mean, what do you want them to do? You know? If you get pissed off when they don't change anything, and you get pissed off when they do change things, and you get pissed off when Warlock beats you, and when Demon Hunter beats you, and when Priest is good now, like there's nothing that you can't really do anything for that type of player, right? Like you can't ever satisfy them, so like you really can't even bother trying because you know there is nothing they will enjoy. But I don't think this deck is. This is the first warrior deck I've drafted, but I've played against a couple warrior decks that looked similar to this with 4 excavates and multiple trial by fires. I can't imagine that this is like the top of the rung of warrior decks that are going to be present in the meta. Wrong staff. Thank you for the 25 months as well. Sorry, I was mid rant or insight or however you want to calibrate that. I used to have that at one point. That's when I knew Hearthstone wasn't for me anymore to play. Yeah. And that's kind of something I say a lot of the time. Is particularly with new metas and such. It's like if you're not enjoying like a new meta, if you're not enjoying day one, then yeah, you probably just don't enjoy Hearthstone anymore, and that's okay. But you would probably be better off, whoever you are, not playing Hearthstone. I get it, dose of coffee, and maybe to a lesser extent myself. I think he's, dose is, he's very rarely like upset, but like towards the end of a meta on his 200th run, 2 months into a meta, he gets, sometimes he's like, forget it, Dreads is like that 2 picks into his first draft of the first day of the new meta. It's like, okay, well, what are you gonna do? How'd the priest go? The priest went 9. It felt pretty good. This game, I'm a little apprehensive about my abilities to get enough value to contest this priest. I'm playing a Diablo game at the moment. It's very chill when you kill endless hordes of demons. It does sound very chill, unless they kill you and you're terrified and you're screaming, the demons are coming to get me. The thing that pisses me off, besides barcodes, is the Demon Hunter wolves. Yeah, the game would be better if there was no retire button or whatever. If they put you in a lever pool, if you retired a bunch, it would be way better. That's fine. Keep it. Just put the people that retire like any decks into a pool where they just play against each other. And then problem solve. That's its own structural problem. Then there's whatever, 5 or 10 like particularly problematic cards. Wolves. Maybe the crab treasure card now. Maybe Rune of the Archmage is going to be that in a week or 2 or a month or whatever. We'll see.
Let's see what side of the bed I woke up on.
What side of the bed did you wake up on?
Yeah, I don't need.
Side that's killing my minions. You retire decks all the time? Yeah. I retire a lot fewer than Dreads, and Dreads retires a lot fewer than the actual barcodes. There's nothing wrong with retiring decks, but you're forced to retire decks because of the barcode situation, right? So I'm not really sure exactly what your point is. If it was to make me like feel anything, it failed. But before that problem, nobody retired decks, or no streamers retired any decks. The reality is you're playing against people who retire 30 decks in a day. There's already people on the leaderboard with win rate averages of like 0.2. Well, guess what? They went 12 with the 1 out of 30 decks they played. So good luck beating that. So you can play against a constructed deck and be miserable, or you can retire 1 out of every 15 decks and feel like you have a little bit of autonomy over the situation. I wish there was a better way to farm gold on Hearth. Gold is so hard to come by. I disagree. Just play Arena. Play Arena on multiple servers. play Arena on multiple accounts. Actually very easy to farm gold these days with the reward track relative to how it was in the past. Now, if you're talking about sitting around doing nothing and just gaining gold while walking away from your computer, you have to run like a program for that, I think. It's pretty easy to farm gold, actually. Wolves only infuriate me because, you know, every opponent has 4 copies of them? Yeah, I mean, sure. You can oftentimes beat the first wolf or one wolf, but it's the second and third and sixth wolf that usually kind of break your spirit, for sure. If I remember correctly, you can beat some of the dailies and the weeklies if you go against a friend. Get a friend to help you with your quests. Yeah, just get a friend to help you with your quests. You got friends, right? You're a Redbeard subscriber. There's a nice conversation starter for you. New arena guy. What happened to the old arena guy? He's dead. Vanished like a fart in the wind. I didn't pick this, but you know what? I'm not hating it. Went against a demon hunter who played 7 wolves once, but that warrior deck went 12. Yeah, right? So yeah, sure, 1 out of every 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 decks can compete with them. Unsurprisingly, 1 out of your 50 decks can compete with the deck that people retired 45 decks for and played against you with. It's almost like if people have, you know, nearly equivalent powerful decks, they can play a real game, right? Every time I hear a Nothing But Thieves song, I get cravings to go on a Nothing But Thieves marathon. So that's what I just did. And this happens every time you play that song. Is the marathon over? That couldn't have been a long marathon. A Beatles marathon's gonna take you, you know, 4 days. Behold the glory of a new sun. Shut up. I don't get. I want to do this? I don't know. I could cycle that for a spell. I can get a thing out of my deck. If I play this, I have to, Oh. If I play this, I lose my durability. I could have infinite durability if I want. You might not be able to kill that Lyra. It was about 5 songs, but I could keep going. I want to listen to the stream, too. I can't listen to both at the same time. You want to listen to the stream? Love Lyra? Me too. Great dying animation or sound or whatever. Shut up. Is he talking to me? Listening to Seal. New mini set. Parallel Universe. Seal? Steve Miller Band? Who's Seal? What's Seal? I got your stream up most of the time. Haven't been disappointing you too much. I don't know what I want a copy of. Can this goober start drawing cards? Maybe giving this goober some, I don't want to convert these things. I guess I'll just take the Viper. I'll take 2 Vipers because that's like a trash card in this matchup, and I can turn that into maybe something more relevant. You know what that song made me want to listen to? What's that other song? I don't remember what it's called, but I typed the first word of the chorus and it came up, and it is called... Oh yeah, okay. I'm not gonna say. Now it's time to listen to it for real. I'm not sure how I feel about the Duels treasures. They feel like arena cards now. Arena is so combo-centric that individual cards that are a bit better than normal don't seem to move the needle. Yeah, exactly. I can't imagine being really particularly upset by them personally. They're just not that impactful, most of them. Steel made a 90s remake. He basically left it the same. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I don't know if I know a Seal song. Kiss from a Rose? Is that Seal? I don't know if I've ever heard that.
What now?
I didn't want this. I actually have to look at my cards too.
Next on the chopping block. Back to the lab.
Is he gonna clear my board? What does he have? Taunt, a card from my hand, which isn't a board clear. A dragon, which could be a Deathwing. I guess if it's a Deathwing, I'd rather have this. Feels good. You know Kiss from a Rose? I'm sure I've heard the chorus. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Who is next on
fine.
the chopping block?
This is less fine. I How do I ever deal with that?
I do love a good study session.
You've got me fired up.
Hello, Redbeard. How's it feel to leave the house? It feels good. The song Crazy is a banger by Seal. I feel like most people have heard this, but they may not know the name. Is this Crazy by Seal? Do priests just have infinite clears? It seems boring. My priest had no clears, and we went 9. Priests are very good right now, I think. I speculated that priests would end up closer to the top than not. Talriel didn't put priest in his top 5, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's, you know.
Now we're cooking. One orc scrap is another orc's hot streak.
I could have played that. I guess it depends what I draw. I mean, I'm just gonna die in fatigue, right? They had him as a voice Australia judge a few years back. He either had vocal cord problems, which did not take care of his voice. Maybe there's nothing he could do to take care of his voice. Maybe singing just like tore it up. I can't currently kill this, huh?
Top of me class.
I have a blast charge in my deck. That would have been a nifty draw. How long has it been since he played a non-reactive card? I mean, how long has it been since anybody played a non-reactive card in a Hearthstone game? I would say several months. I probably got lucky and played against someone who didn't have a rush, removal, taunt, lifesteal, wind fury card.
Welcome to the exhibit.
Not every card has those, but not every card does those things, but every turn consists of several cards that do those things. When I only read a game this meta, my opponent played 2 cards and then they quit. You can retire undefeated. A different sort of retiring than the retiring Dreads does constantly. But I have a classic Kikona request. I had one too many gin and tonics last night. Cheers. I don't know this, but I know that Bob Seger's gotta qualify. Maybe I know it if I heard it. I'm not a Bob Seger main. I guess in the way that like my father, I don't think listened to Bob Seger, so I don't listen to Bob Seger. I'm assuming I can kill this now. 4-3. I'm gonna keep squeezing out the hero powers in case I need to sanitize. The issue is if I need to sanitize, I'm screwed, right? Like if there's a point in this game where I have to sanitize, I just die to fatigue. So Bob Seger basically invented Midwest emo. Hell yeah, Bob Seger rocks. But the Yogg card's still in. Prison of Yogg is in. He's clearing my board. I mean, I guess I have to sanitize here. How much does this deal? Enough to clear things. But I have to whack this first. I mean, this just never changes, right? Oh, but I might not have enough armor. I'm not gonna have enough armor. Maybe I sit. Maybe I go face here. I must go face, huh?
What now? Sharp gadgets and steel.
We smack him for 9? Yeah, I think all we can do is smack him for 9 here. Base might be the place, yeah. Like I said, if we sanitize, we lose, right? So it's disappointing. Oh, I'm just fucked. Well, I'm sanitizing then. That's man, there are some 8 drops. Somebody pulled the 9/7 dragon on me. I was luckily able to kill it. Man, there's the 9/7 dragon from this guy. There's some stuff. There's Proto Drake.
The Tauren constellation is extra bright.
Okay, you can kill that. I wouldn't have played that if I was him. Fuck Priest. Well, he played a neutral containment unit that pulled a Paladin card against me, so fuck that. He might be dead on board though. He has a taunt, huh? You got this? I try my best.
The dragons come.
Wait, didn't he just... Oh, no. Oh, it discounts this guy to 1. Not 0. So what do I need? I just need a... I've got nothing.
Almost out of cards. Do not fear.
There's an 8-drop that consumes an enemy minion. Oh, yeah, you're right. Somebody pulled that against me earlier, too. Is this whiskey in the jar? No. Let's just turn the page. 6. 13, 12.
Is extra bright.
Oh my days. I can't believe we did it. Don't have an answer. Poor guy didn't have an answer. All he had was a 3-mana 13, 12. Diluted his deck. Is that the right? I've never heard this song. It does not immediately make me a Bob Seger fan. All Bob Seger songs tell a story and they're awesome. I love this guy. Some songs touch your soul. This is one of them. I'm gonna put a thumbs down for that.
Let the hunt begin. Victory.
Bob's one of the greatest. His music never gets old. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna thumbs down it, but I'm not gonna thumbs up it. Still like the Metallica version more. Whiskey in a Jar is a Thin Lizzy song, but it's a cover of an Irish folk song, isn't it? Thumbs down the poor person who had this song speak to their soul. I did. Thumbs down it. I'm a hater. I'm a certifiable hater.
Now where did I put my explosive?
Metallica did it first and better. Did what first and did what better? You had transcendental moment in this drab world. Thumbs down, buddy. Look, if you say some other song touched your soul, this is touching your soul. You probably have a tarnished soul, callous and diseased. You know, if a soul is real, you're probably looking at not a great afterlife. You're gonna get there and be like, you could have picked "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal, and you picked "Turn the Page" by Bob Seger. But now you have to listen to this song for the rest of eternity. Take that. Some of us like calloused and diseased. I know, I have had sex before. I know it appeals to a very small amount of people. Not a great afterlife. No, not a great afterlife. This song's almost over. I was waiting for it to get good. On the road again! What's he screaming at? What's he screaming about? Settle down, Bob. Settle down, Bobby. Did I just play this? It sounds a little like Eddie Vedder there, though. Is Eddie Vedder a big Bob Seger fan? It's a song about a streamer, is it? I wasn't listening to any of the words. This song kind of blows. Hey, come on, that's my friend Dealey's favorite song. Let him enjoy his song. And we will just laugh about it behind his back. Just kidding. Okay. But somebody mentioned a far superior song. So let's go ahead and throw that on. A much superior version. There's our friend. There's our fair-weathered friend. Is it worth holding on to? I guess this doesn't really need to be bigger, necessarily. Like, sure, I wouldn't mind it, but it's gonna get hit by a hard removal, or it's gonna eat up a big chunk of shit. Mr. Red, just wow! One of my favorites, depending on my mood. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding around. I'm glad you like it, I really am. I really am. I hope he pre-hits. Chunk of shit. Pardon me? Pardon me, rude dude?
Chew on this.
Oh man, I love Thin Lizzy. Taz, you tell your dad that I love Thin Lizzy. And I like the performance that they did at the Sydney something or other in Australia in 1982. I've watched it like 50 times. He'll probably say he was there. And then he probably won't want to kill me anymore. I'm not really a fan of this meta. The meta's only like 30 hours old. Give it time. You'll either really grow to hate it, or you might really grow to love it. See, now here's the thing. I really want to silence that and destroy it. What if I just play this? Why would he ever trade into this? I did tell them that. He said, isn't that a makeup brand? No. No, it's not Mr. Tasney's father. Do you know what? Maybe he's gonna have to make it up to me someday. There's a makeup brand called Thin Lizzy. Oh, really? Oh god, he thinks I'm like Jared Leto over here. Maybe it's fine. It's 2024. Maybe he's accepting of a man in a thick eyeliner, thin eyeliner. I don't really know. I don't know though. If he's like my dad, he's probably scared and confused by young people and their makeup. Bears are in, yeah. Thor, 37 buzzards. This guy's bugging me with his buzzards. You're bugging me with your buzzards. Oh, it's so smooth. Could play these two. Then I lose in this one. What if I do this? What if I coin? I have 6. Double. Coin. Hold on a minute. Double. Coin. Juggernaut. And Drake. Why don't we just kill this one? 3. Okay. Okay. Next up, this song. Chosen by YouTube. You have more similar music taste than my mom, to be honest. Who are your dad's favorite bands, though? We didn't get an answer yet? Onyx Mage Scribe is in too, true. Are we just naming every card that's in? Or, I mean, yeah, the Prime Minions are in. I haven't seen a Prime Minion yet. I wonder if Sebastian the Cat's out there. Wait, how does he have 2 of these? How is every card this frickin' mighty thing? I'm gonna play this and start whacking. Kaz, your ma is great. She seems like a nice person. Mech, Dragon, Beast, Mech. Give this guy a smack. Play this large thing. Should I take free trades? What if he buffs this again?
Brace yourselves.
What if? I love me some Onyx, that's all. Okay, I was just curious, I don't know. I don't really know his favorite bands, but I think he likes individual songs more than following bands. I can make some guesses based on what I've heard him listening to occasionally. What was he listening to? Didn't you say he was listening to One Direction in the car? My mom likes Nirvana, Led Zeppelin, and the Eagles. Oh, okay, yeah. Not a big Eagles fan. I like Dawn Henley. I like a couple of Eagles songs. You know, the hits. Hotel California. What are the Eagles singles? I'm gonna get in trouble because I imagine Rudy hates the Eagles. Hotel California. Take It Easy, yeah, maybe. One of These Nights, yeah, sure. I mean, they all kind of sound the same. Witchy Woman, Lion Eyes. Sure. Maybe. What am I doing here?
You don't pick the ones.
I cannot have it deal 8. I also can't breathe. I have to use it though, huh?
Give me your best shot.
Everyone in Australia likes AC/DC too much. I like AC/DC, but not that much. That's a Duels treasure. I haven't seen that one yet. I think this card's really good. It's not so good to summon a 4-mana 8/8 on turn 10. I mean, it's great still, but it's not like so good. But if he plays that on 4, it can just be game winning, right? Sorry, I meant Desperado. El Dorado. What is this? Where'd that come from? 16/16. This guy got a 0-mana 16/16. A 4-mana 8/8. And we still beat him. Wow. Hard fought wins. I like some big eagles, like the Eastern Imperial Eagle. Or Stellar's Sea Eagle. I saw a YouTube short of an eagle landing near someone and eating like some fish or something from them. A bald eagle, an American bald eagle. The most noble of all the birds. And man, that thing looked like a small dinosaur. That thing looked
Gul'dan.
so terrifying, man. And you thought if this thing was just like one, you thought this thing could probably pick up a small child unattended and fly away with it. But if this thing was twice as big, it would be picking up large humans and flying away with them, probably. Redbeard's OP. We're doing pretty well this meta so far. I do think the first couple of days you are less likely to face barcodes, like pure barcoded decks. It just takes a bit of time before, you know, they stack up all their potency. But until then. Yeah, man, some big birds, they would be menaces. They would be menaces. I guess, like, that's why humans didn't really evolve much, you know, or we didn't exist when pterodactyls were flying around. The shrew that was going to turn into me 400 million years later probably got the giant frickin' mountain bear probably got picked up, eaten. Did you try all the classes or do you prefer certain classes? I haven't played them all yet. I played warrior. This is our first warrior. It seems fine. It seems fine. I've done 3 priests, and all 3 priests seem strong, and all of them did well. One went 7, but it felt really strong. And then one went 6. It felt a lot weaker than the one that went 7. I think it went, maybe it went 8. I don't know. And then the last one we played today went 9, and that one felt weaker probably than the other 2. I think the other 2 got a little unlucky. We did 1 shaman that started 1 and 2 and then finished 6 and 3. Felt okay. We did 1 paladin that felt strong and went 9. We're doing pretty well so far. I think our lowest run, we drafted a warlock that felt awful, and I retired it at 1 and 2. Our legendary was irrelevant, and our treasure was terrible. And we had 1 sludge on wheels, but I think we drew it like once or 0 times.
The wand picks you.
I've noticed priest is strong, and I've yet to see a strong mage. Dread's had a 7-win mage. Every mage I've played against, which has only been like 2 or 3 so far, has looked like the most fun and unbeatable collection of mages, but I haven't been offered a mage yet. Sorry, I'm picking something out of my bag here. Sorry, I was blowing my nose too. How's Death Knight? It's taken a big dip. It went from 2nd place to like 5th or 6th. It's down to like 48%. But as always, I caution anybody against making too many sweeping what's the word? Give it time. Give it time. It you know, stuff's gonna move and shake, and we don't really know where things are gonna be. Chat is now in this dance mode. Oh, you little sex bot. I lurked your stream last night. I like your little avatar. Very cute like you. Hey, what's up, Tobogganator? How are ya? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the hearth. I know you've been probably knee-deep. If my legs went bald, I'd join the cabaret. I'd pay to watch that show. That sounds nice. Hey, Red, fuck you. What's up, Big Papa Red? Big Papa Red, holler if you hear me. Do I have any rush minions? How am I a warrior deck with no rush minions? I have no rush minions? I guess Whirlwind does something. In the loosest sense of the word. Trippy Whippy. Chuckles. The Tobogganator is in the house. People are going crazy. It was going to be dance mode, and then, you know, Bert was superseded there. Oh, that card I pre-hit has now healed. How delightful. Could have cleared the thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna do. I don't care that much about it. I just simply don't care that much about it. Do you think there's a world in which he can't kill this card? I don't really have another play, so here we are. It gives your minion rush. What does it matter if you don't have any rush minions? I don't think it does, unless they changed it and I didn't read it. What was that card called? And we at least removed oh no, it goes back to his hand? Oh, well, maybe. I thought everybody would have enjoyed the smoking this Toss pot. Pardon me? I was watching a VOD to sleep, finally stumbled upon the game where I smoked your ass, Mr. Beard. Oh, okay. Yeah? How'd that make you feel? How did that make me feel? Shoulder check? Is that what it's called? Have they changed the card? It didn't used to do what chat just described. Shoulder check. Give a minion. Oh, I thought that was a different card. I thought it was one that drew a rush minion. Wasn't there a card that did something very similar? I didn't even read it. Yeah, I'd rather have that than Whirlwind, I think. What the fuck just happened? Oh my god, that card's crazy. I haven't seen that card yet. 4 mana taunt. Discard 2 cards or destroy one of your mana crystals. Forge, do neither. Well, that's definitely not bad. I need another execute, but I can't get an execute. Maybe I get... Rag is okay. I could Whirlwind now. You were elected to lead and not read? Exactly. Exactly. Honestly, I had no clue. So I was supporting you and was gutted you lost. You were 6-0. And then you checked and saw it was me? I suddenly changed to my tune. Well, I'm glad we got a nice fair game. Did I said anything funny after or no? Let's hope I at least said something funny. He's only got 5 mana. Maybe this will do something bad for him. Nope. It did something very good for him. Maybe this will do something bad for him. Maybe, etc., etc. Oh, baby. Alright, now I win the brawl. Look at me, look at me. I'm the brawl master now. That seems fair. Is this the one that cast the 5? We don't know. We can assume. Okay. Comeback starts now, I guess?
A good explorer comes prepared.
Poltergeister. Thank you for your follow as well. Poltergeister. Oh, give me my treasure. Holy book. Holy shit, give me holy book.
Time may pass, but the dream is eternal.
Dose had a fun brand warrior. Yeah, we were talking about it. Deck went crazy with the 5/4 that adds 2 tendies. Well, 4 with Brand's full effect and double triggers on everyone played, and it was a fiesta. Yeah, I heard him talking about it. I actually think it's probably worth it to go back and watch at least a couple games from the Bond, probably. Where's my Whirlwind? I already used that. Fine. Destroy a random enemy minion. My Ysera was the one that got destroyed. Huh. Big dragon. Favorite late night streamer? What's up, Vlad? Is the 4/9 Spellburst dragon back? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm playing poker against a dude nicknamed Redbeard. That's me. I'm playing on the side right now. Playing poker on the side. Started work, so here I am. What are you doing for work? There's been an update? Yeah, yesterday. New stuff came out. Tentacle Master. The Tentacle Master is in. Holy book. I might just rip this. Let's see if we can find anything here. We found garbage. Let's see if we can find anything here. Found something that is not garbage. So his last one was 6. If it gets up to 9, he casts the Scourge or Rune of the Archmage. There's only 2 9s, so I'm a little afraid of that. Oh, 2 pieces of poop. I got some poop here. Man, this guy... Oh, he gets his spell, though. His spell comes back at some point, right? Does that necessitate me using,
Rot into my core.
using this? Is this better? I can hit here, shoot here. It probably kills there. And shoot there. It probably kills there as well. Let's hope for the best. I'm not gonna run into it regardless of what I do here. Pretty good hits. I kind of don't want to give him 2 things. I have 10, he has 6. Let's heal here for 1. Let's play this and this. I believe his treasure, Surly Mob, I believe chat said it caps out at 3 and doesn't shuffle in infinitely. Is that correct? I hope. Is this where my Awakens comes down? That might be my silence to deny his legendary treasure. I believe his... Oh, he can always hit this, though, and then he'll be guaranteed to kill those. But I still want it to die, right? Cap at 3, but then they don't go back in another time, correct? Like, it doesn't, like, shuffle in a capped version of... I have been winning some very difficult games. We got lucky that he cast Brawl from a Tendy, and that his Hollow A-Bomb didn't win. But yeah, that was fun. But if he just shuffles in, kill 3 minions and silences them every turn, then I can't win, right? Then he never fatigues and I never get a minion on board ever again.
You asked for it.
Victory or death!
Battle Pickaxe is kind of cute, but I'm playing my taunt onto, and I have like a bunch of Sword Eaters and stuff. Oh, come on, dude. Anything but this. Anything but that. Doesn't shuffle after? Okay. Where did I get the Ysera from? Was it... I discovered it. This card used to overload you 2, and I used to always have that happen to me. And now it only overloads you 1, so look, it's a buff to Trick Totem.
Oh, it says explode.
A 0/3 that overloads you 1. I could kill it. God, there have been so many times where I think I've said the words like, I can kill this, and then I don't. And then I would just spend the rest of the game regretting it. But I give up a very valuable weapon for a card that might kill itself or kill his own minions, right? Is he also leaving it up? That's bold. Because now it's like, oh, well, I'll be fine. And then you're not fine. Okay, sure. Gets him a copy of probably a crappy card in his deck. Now I can get through these weapons and then have, like, the durability for the rest of the game, effectively. Every game I played so far this meta has been, like your last 2, difficult and last half an hour at least. They're very long games. Priest is very good. Control Warlock and Control Warrior seem to be very good and fairly common. It's... I'm not super opposed in the sense that, like... There's a lot of answers. I prefer this to losing the game on turn 4 or 5 or 6 and 7 and 8 and 12 to Wolves. Predictable, and losing the game to Sludge on 3. Getting out Saviors of Old Doom and Descent of Dragons makes it far easier to answer cards like that. I just hate having these old sets with just bunk mixed in. Like, I think this is better. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's flawed, I think this is better. Could have also used the weapon. That might have been better, but if I can get a couple buffs from this, I dig that too. So far, it's good viewing content. Yeah. At the end of the day, you don't have to win all the time, or like just purely winning isn't necessarily the most fun. If you do win, sure, that's great. But like the games ideally are fun. And there were a lot of fun games in the last meta. But there were also a lot of runs, fun decks and runs and games that ended to just wolf into another wolf. You might lose, and this deck may go 3-3, but we had 3 fun, close, hard-fought games. And I imagine this game, you know, like, we're getting to play all of our cards, you know? That's sort of all you can ask for. I mean, probably can kill this. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm not so sure why. I guess so that I can stack +1/+1 more on this. You could throw the Colligarn down, and if I had any confidence that a Colligarn would ever live, I would be down. But if I had 10 mana, I would be pretty happy to just take it and play as 2 and, you know, move on with my life. Now, I was gonna say I could take his 1-2, but I guess he's not playing it. I like Stewart. I like losing the game because I get distracted watching, just chatting. Babes cooking pasta in a kettle. Pardon me? God, look how awful this card is. 3 mana to destroy a minion and freeze all other minions. Why would I freeze my own board? Why would that be a thing that should happen to me? I don't understand. How big is the treasure pool? It's like 30 cards, I think. 25, 20, 30? Probably count it. Probably should know. I keep thinking about it moderately. The Duels treasure is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 36 cards. A little more than I actually thought. 36 treasures for Duels. So 1 in an 11 chance? Is that right? 1 in 12? To get like... I mean... Is it 1 in 12 to get offered any? That's not how that works, right? As while holding this. My turn just kind of sucks here, though. How many swings has he gotten with the axe? Me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. I don't know, like a million?
I'm sending you into the past.
Oh my god, can I have Chromie?
Change the future.
And then he'd not kill my guy? Probably not, huh? Oh, right, he's guaranteed to draw one. Can I try? Can I try to get Chromie? Only got 800 spells. Ho ho! Rune! Rune of the barcode mage. Oh god. Pet Shop Boys. Alright, let's finish this one track and then we'll throw out a Pet Shop Boys song. Please, for the love of God, let me cast Chromie. It's so fun. He's moving his cards and taking his turn in a way that, like, the way of a guy who can't kill Colligarn. Right? Surely you don't have barcodes one day in? There's already, like, hundreds of accounts that have made it to, the leaderboard. You can check the leaderboard right now and see how many people have retired enough runs to have over 30 runs done in the first 24 hours. We're beyond 24 hours now. You're a top bloke, Redbeard. Best stream.
I'm sending you into the past.
Top bloke.
Only you.
I'm gonna take deal 2. Wait, I'm losing my weapon? Well, I think I got enough value. Right? I guess I'll do this too. Maybe I get a heal? Rock. Maybe I should have done that first. Then I didn't have to swing. Maybe. We have an under desk cam, please? No. Alright. Pet Shop Boys coming up soon. Zap won't kill it. Fireball won't kill it. Firelands Portal, that's way worse. Oh, Lord. Well, I have an answer, at least. I have a hammer.
It's Chromie time.
Romy's not a mech, right? Shouldn't look like a mech. Neat order there. saving my my burst for lethal. Please not Chromie card. Please not Chromie card. Never Chromie card. Yeah, we've already faced a couple of guaranteed barcodes. For sure on day one, there's barcodes. I thought we were only gonna need 2 cams. 1 face cam and a cat cam. Now I realize we're gonna need 3. We're gonna need 3. Oh wait, Pet Shop Boys. That means we can hear the start of Chamber of Reflection again later. You're better off dead than you're starting off something. Philosophize. Maybe a real person, though. Really, every time I've been looking, we haven't seen too many. Hearthstone leaderboards. Let's see. Actually, you can probably get a pretty good indication of how body each server is already. At least, like, you can make an educated guess, right? Right now, there's already on NA, only 86 people have retired 30 runs on NA. Which honestly doesn't sound like that much. Some people have a 0.02% win rate. Not 0.2%, 0.02 wins per run over 30 plus runs. That's not good. Asia has how many? Asia has, oh my god. Okay, there's probably more bots on Asia than NA. There's 323. There's 323 accounts that have already retired over 30 runs. And one of them has an actual win rate of 0, not 0.02. So they haven't even bothered to play a single one of the runs. They're really holding out for a juggernaut of a barcoded deck. That's like reaching Dread's level. And then let's see EU. So NA had 86. EU actually does only have, so far, 40. 40 accounts that have retired that many runs. But that's interesting. So these are accounts that have been sold in the last day, right? Not like, these are ones that have been sold, I think. You're talking about probably several hundred decks sold. So if one service sold them all, theoretically, you're talking about, and they sold them for $5 an account, but it's probably more like $10. They probably made somewhere between $2,000 and $4,000. It's kind of crazy to think about. What am I looking at? The Hearthstone Arena leaderboard. Are they retiring, throwing money at Blizzard? No, they're throwing $0 at Blizzard, which is also kind of funny. There'll be even more, as not all need to retire 30 runs to get a busted deck. Probably more like thousands were sold. I doubt thousands were sold, but I'm sure more than have already retired. The decks have been sold. I have a couple. I mean, I'm gonna have to like play this, try to set this up. Yeah, a lot of accounts. More than people that don't pay attention to Arena would guess. I was talking actually briefly, if you can believe it. I was talking briefly to Jeef in passing. Jeef, I didn't really understand, and then he said that sucked. I was like, yeah, you right. Casually selects a 17, 18. You should gain armor equal to the health. You know what? That might be too powerful. Equal to the attack of the one you discovered. I'm done with Overwatch for today. How'd the last deck go? Last deck went 9, right? This is our second deck of the day. Is that right? We've only played 2 decks today? We've been playing for 3.5 hours. We're 13 and 3 so far. All things considered, pretty good. Can't silence that. Oh, I wish I had my armor. I'd play this and probably shoot something, though. Play this and then trade that? I mean, I'm already behind. You know what I'll do? I'll do this. This card that actually does something. I always wonder how they compare decks and how broken they need to be sold. This one is a premium to go for 21 cents. I don't think that there's so many, I don't think there's so many, like, pre-drafted decks being sold so much as it is just whole accounts are being sold. So like you buy the account that has 8,000 gold and you retire 40 decks and just play the one you want. Not bad, I thought I could make it to 12. The deck felt like it was lacking pretty much all the AoE. We had no Novas. We had no, Shadow Word Steals, which are kind of broken. What else is kind of around for Priest? We had the Stars Align, and that card was sort of carrying us.
Mess with me.
I can brew this back and take it for myself. No need to talk, Red's a tram operator. Tram operator. I can actually take his guy and then trade it away. That's great. If it's alive and he doesn't taunt. And I'm not dead, and so on and so forth. Interesting. It's not the end of the world, I suppose. Play the 3, and the 3. I'm just gonna do this. Kill something. Oligarn. Gives the copy back. I don't think so. Move any in your hand. I won't have one in my hand. I'm not getting a copy. I mean, maybe if I draw it again, maybe. You're all great people, and I'm going to sleep now. Rudy, you're a great person yourself. Thank you for your support, your kindness, and most importantly, your kindness. Just afraid to play this card all the time. I hate it. Holy Book is an incredibly stupid with some cards. Yeah, it is. It's very strong. I did put it in probably, my short list, maybe second or third best treasure. I think it's up there. See ya, Rudy. Rudy, even though he's asleep, he's never really gone. You know what I mean? Even though he leaves us, he's never really gone. All right. I mean, I'm gonna play the Colligarn, and I'm gonna get a 2/2. It denies him a card draw and gives me a card draw, and it puts an 8/12 on the board. It sort of needs to be dealt with, right? So what are you gonna do? Play the taunt, maybe. Stops him from, like, rushing and executing it. Yeah, I probably should have, actually. I was thinking about...
Inside voices, please.
Yeah. As far as things that can heck a Colligarn, that's not the worst. If I had taken a good real minion, that's also kind of cool too, right? Because you wouldn't have to give it back at least. Guess I could hit here. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have chopped this. I keep my weapon, but I don't really want my weapon. And now it is susceptible to discharge. Might not matter, but it might. Maybe I should have traded the snake too. Because I'm happy to take the thing and play the thing. Smooth operator. Yes, Sarah. Similar stat line. Bum 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 bum. Stacking up some armor, don't hate that. You know what? I'm gonna swing and stop a top decked Sanitize from being particularly good. He'd have to swing, he'd gain the armor, he'd lose the armor. It stops Sanitize. Last charge, your taunt. Why would I do that? Looks like I can't do that.
Time may pass, but the dream is eternal.
But he's had all game. It's a good blast charge. Yeah, we'll blast charge that. It's fine. Do the nasty blasty. It's funny because he's just thinking about what to dream. Probably just ends up not dreaming. The 1718 that is just farting around. Yeah, eventually. 2 turns? 3 turns? 3 turns. And I have Oh no. I don't know if I... Oh, I don't want to activate it. I don't want to activate it, because he's just going to dream it. But I guess if he dreams that, then he can't dream this. Alright, let's hit there. I have this. Maybe he just concedes before I have to make a play. Maybe he feels generous and he dreams our Kolagarn. My guess is he's going to dream my 17-18 that can't do anything. If he's dreaming that, I suppose as well that he can't dream this one. How many cards? Oh, I don't even get it back. My hand's too full to get it back. It just kills it now. But I mean, it was never coming back again either. Anyway, but it just gets destroyed. And top deck that dragon on this turn. It's nastiness. Do I trade here? So many bad cards. That actually worked out very poorly. I lost the Slagmaw. I lost the Slagmaw. And I lost 2 unknown taunts. But I gained a Ragnaros. So I guess there's some saving grace there. Oh my god, something big is growing out of the back of my neck. Oh, that hurts. Not playing around. Harrison Jones. Tisk, tisk. You probably... No, you can't get Harrison Jones now. Because Zephyrus rotated out. I think it offered Harrison, didn't it? What you mean, Harrison Barnes? Unity. Precision. Erection. Playing the dragons does make the legendary cheaper. Not that you need to. No, but I was thinking maybe we get an unlucky Powderman and we get like +5/+5 to our hand at some point. Also, if he has a weapon, it allows him to swing into the weapon.
That was an error.
That was an error. That was poorly done. Dude, you're screwing me here. You nightmared it? Oh my god, I'm not gonna deal with it then. Alright, just don't let the rag hit it. If that was actually a really good play, good lord. That's a really good play if you had, nightmared it first and gained the extra 4. But the thing soaked up 8 damage. It soaked up another 12. It soaked up another 6, 18. That thing soaked up 18 damage. We knew it was going to happen because Red was playing. It does get a little tiresome being the unluckiest player that ever lived. You'd think it would, balance at some point. Maybe Dreads could start getting unlucky for a change. But no, it doesn't seem so. Is that right? I'm 1 off? Toes. Rudy's sleep typing. He went to bed, but he's here talking toes. Just talking toes. They're fighting the good fight. They're going to lose the fight, but they are fighting it. We'll find what I need eventually. Looking for something with Rush. Remember when he was at 50 health and I was at 15? Well, now I'm at 50 health. He's dead. Well, that certainly is a hand. I'm gonna give you a D- for that one. Happy, 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 happy whelp. Happy whelp.
Well
Thought he might concede.
my thanks. A charming composition.
Dude, give me some help. How's the game still going? Well, he's got a very strong deck and he's had some very timely top decks. which have allowed him to stay alive in perpetuity. Don't worry, we will bring him down eventually.
Light the fuses!
It's a warrior versus a warrior. It is a warrior versus a warrior. Please don't lose. I don't think there was any point in the last 12 turns where I thought losing was even a possibility. Did we see his Duels treasure, by the way? Maybe there's a Duels treasure. Perry Cox. Who's Cox? Playing a lot of these matchups and losing them consistently, you know, particularly to barcodes, which is an inevitability, which we will hit at some point in time, gets dramatically more frustrating. But when you're winning them, these are like the best games you can play, right? Long, thoughtful, back and forth, decisions matter. Those are the best games to play and win. I should sleep, but this has been fun. Good night all. All right, later, man. You've got a good deck? I think we have a good deck. I don't think we have a great deck. I'd say based off of what I've seen from this meta, and even what we played in our last matchup, our opponent's deck was equivalent to ours, or better. But what I've seen in this meta, this doesn't strike me as a particularly strong deck for the meta. The meta's just got strong decks. I mean, Hearthstone just has strong cards these days. Trial by Fire maybe isn't that common, but almost every warrior I've played against has had it, or multiple copies of it, and we do not have one. Our legendary is passable, but not premium. Our Duels treasure is very good. We do have a lot of taunts, and that can buy us time. Buy us time it has. 1 mana, deal 3, take 2. Feels kind of bad. Play a Wrangler? I'd rather play a Wrangler, huh?
Wrangling whelps is harder than it looks.
Here's to see what a good shaman looks like. Well, it's got elementals, maybe some excavates, Doc Holiday, so on and so forth. You know what I've decided right now? I'm gonna draw a Sword Eater. Because, darn it, I'm going to discover Sword Eater and pretend like that still counts. Darn it. I'm going to get a 1 mana taunt, which is awesome. Darn it. I mean, it's still fine. I mean, it's like whatever. Is that a random? Is that random? No. Okay. Okay. It's there. Hits face. Chops me. I have a Viper. Viper would be a delightful draw here. Sword Eater still looks pretty good. Okay. A turn too late, but better late than never. Matches up pretty well against the weapon. It doesn't die outright. If I play this, he can just deal more damage to the board more easily, right? Plus, I lose a buff. I'd like to keep that potential buffage and some roughage. In Trump's voice, this guy has a good deck. This guy has a great deck. A great deck. Trump the Hearthstone streamer, or Trump the former president? This is a decent armadillo? I think so, yeah. I think so. Now, I'm assuming this gets hexed, and we hope that the next one does not get hexed as well. Fire Ellie. Wait, it's not dying? Oh dear. That's troublesome for him. I could play this. It's not a mech. It really looks like it should be a mech beast, huh? I hit there. 5-9. Didn't kill it last turn. Not just the former president, the future president. Well, we won't get into all that, but who knows? The elections are coming up soon, aren't they? Is that next year or this year? You know what I hope? I just hope we can, for the most part, avoid like nuclear wars in general, famines. Just stay away from that stuff. It's here in November. Alright, well, make sure you get out there and vote. Unless you're not in America. Then don't vote on the elections. I think that's illegal. Vote on the NBA All-Star game, maybe. Vote on the NBA All-Star game. Vote for your favorites. Koligarn. Koligarn taking his guy? One gigantic taunt. I should have done this first. I don't really want to play a 1-mana 5/6 when he has a 6/6 on board. Nice stats. Not bad, not bad.
Your wish is my suggestion.
So he takes Natalie? No, he can't Natalie here.
None.
Black Knight. It's unfortunate. I can brew it back, but my Zeph wouldn't be active, huh? I need to sanitize? That doesn't really work. Doesn't work? It doesn't. It doesn't do what I need it to do. It's frustrating. I can get a brawl.
A charming composition.
Pray to the brawl gods. Prayers moderately answered. Moderately answered. Wait, maybe I should have done this. You could hero power. I'd have to give up a 5/6 taunt. I don't know. Saves you from a weapon. This leaves you dead to a lightning bolt or whatever. Evening, Red One. What's up, Brother Jay? What is up, Mr. Brother Jay? Hey, you don't have to discover another spell.
Well played.
That's what got us. That top deck Tumbleweed cleared our board. Wild Paw on curve. I think we're okay without the Tumbleweed. The Tumbleweed cleared our two things. Oh, and the Zeph Black Knight too. Sorry. Of course. Fine if he doesn't do that. Even if he just hexes it, we're probably okay. He had to summon a 4/4 as well that killed it. Which expansions are in arena right now? Thank you, Mr. Gesticulate. Came back from the bars and had some good conversations with friends that were at my place when I came back. Hey, that's fun. What'd you guys talk about? Your favorite pornographic actresses of the early 2020s? Stinky Delinquent.
I raise.
You fold.
Better be something good.
Favorites? Yeah, favorites.
Candle mud.
Football, American football, or real football? Love interest, the future, our friends. Wow, great things. Great things in this world we call life. Could do that. Could do this. 5 mana.
I can be very persuasive.
American love interests are real love interests. American love interests are not real. You heard it here. Third. American football, of course, also American love interests. Yeah, we got some NFL playoff football games. American football games coming up Saturday, are they playing? Or is it all on Sunday now? I know Wild Card Weekend, they play like every day. Well, I mean, it used to be just the weekend. Saturday? Saturday. Oh, 2 on each day. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Houston, Baltimore. We assume Baltimore will win. Green Bay, San Francisco. We assume San Francisco will win. Wrangling whelps is harder than it looks. It's about time someone acknowledged it. Detroit, Tampa Bay. We assume Detroit will win, but we're rooting for Tampa Bay. Kansas City, Buffalo. Hopefully will be a good game. We assume what Kansas City will win, but I'm rooting for Buffalo. Enough of this. Kansas City. Chief crap. don't think we'll see any upsets on Saturday. You want to bet on it? How many points is Green Bay getting? I don't really know how to... I don't really do like sports gambling. Plus 9.5. I would take Green Bay to lose that game by less than 10 points. Should be a good defensive game. Kansas City isn't as strong as the last few years. They're not. They ain't. Both Packers and Texans are getting 9.5 points. Who are the Texans playing? Baltimore? I don't follow the NFL that close, but I did, follow it pretty much all year. Follow it, more than most people, but like not like maybe if you guys are crazy. I could see Baltimore walloping them. No, couldn't I?
Toys are much more fun to bring.
I could see Baltimore winning that game by a lot. Team Liquid didn't make you incinerate your Team Liquid shirts when you quit? No, I actually don't know if there's like something I'm supposed to do or anything. But, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can trade here and... Oh, that's a mech. Oh, that's actually better for me, huh? Kind of. It's just gonna clear these.
Light the fuses.
I have 7 billion power in Rise of Kingdoms. Oh dear. That's a lot.
Who is this new arena guy?
I'm gonna trade because he might have a poison. He's really healthy and I'm really not healthy, so... Igno, thank you for the sub. 21 months. It's free advertisement for them. Why would they want it back? Maybe they're like, we don't want Redbeard to be associated with our brand. What's the voice line of containment unit? Do not fear corruption contained. Let's see. Containment unit Hearthstone. It says, and I quote,
I'm gonna win big.
do not fear corruption contained. What's in a containment unit? I wasn't paying attention. Who is that? What is that creature that's inside of him? It looks like Sogoth. What is this? Stealth? Stealth.
What now?
Gromash? Pardon me? Wait, should I play the weapon? Wait, if I'm not swinging it, I guess it doesn't matter. He eat it! How did he eat it? Were you looking at the same art as me? Why did he turn him into a purple tentacled turd? Is that how he does things? Why do I always get Thing from Below? I don't know. I have gotten this 3 times out of 4 casts, or maybe only 3. I got Thing from Below and the 5 mana 4/6. I got some other crap. Got some utter crap. Idiot drooling noob skeleton. I can play this. I can get this down. Play this. Trade there. Swing here, and then armor. So that next turn, if I need to deal 4, I can deal 4. Also stack the armor for the potential sanitize. Looks like the minion that screams every time it dies. Card sound redeemed. What am I waiting for? Coligarn? Dude, you wretched cur. Is that a bad word? I think some of the Hearthstone cards say that sometimes. Wretched cur. I guess I can double shoot this? Well, that sure feels like caca. Riptar Ogar. You little worm. What's a cur? Isn't that like a dog or something? An aggressive dog, or one that's in poor condition, especially a mongrel. Cur is a good word, mongrel is a good word. Dog of definable type or breed. Oh, that's a type of dog? Mongrel.
I can be very persuasive.
Oh! Mongrel from Fallout 76. This is just showing a bunch of different dogs. Maybe they are all mongrels. Please make the skeleton noise again. Which skeleton? I want a hero power. I want an athletic studies. Got an execute. Let's say I'm doing that. I suppose I could play these. This time we did it in the wrong order. Okay. What about a mutt? Dog love skeleton. Hey, if you guys are watching the stream and you're new to the channel, do me a big favor and hit the follow button, because I assure you, it does help me out a little bit if you do. Thank you. Love, Redbeard. I'll even say your name once, but no more. Wait, what? Taking damage and losing my entire board still? I thought I taunted a bunch. So I thought. Can you explain the best way to make gold to play arena? I hate all the other modes, but I never have enough gold. Make an account. Unlock arena on all 3 servers. Make an account on make multiple accounts. Can be a nice little tip. This is quite bad. I can get a common treasure. I guess I can just use that. Rudy, thank you for gifting one to Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yeah, then you can have multiple reward tracks. You can get multiple quests. You can practice on other servers so that you can do better on your main server if that's what you're interested in, growing a collection. I could only get up to 5 armor. You got it. Oh, he didn't take my armor. That's actually a huge mistake. I can even play this now too. Sunspot from Flint. Could kill something large. It could kill 2 small minions too. Do you need to be a certain level for arena, or can you start fresh? You can start fresh. You just have to skip the apprenticeship. When it gives you an option, choose skip apprenticeship. And then you'll be able to start playing arena right away. You'll give up some free gold and stuff, but you'll still get enough to play arena right away. Thank you, Rudy, for gifting that sub to mine XKB. Hell yeah, can I get an oh, hell yeah. I can rock this jock. Could silence this. He just has an epic treasure, is that right? Only an epic treasure? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play my Colligarn. I'm gonna shoot his guy with my rock. I'm gonna take this off the board and play it, and maybe it gives him trouble. Oh, that kills that one too. Yeah, that's cool. Clears the way for my Blade Storm, potentially. Oh! Dude, how much power do you have in Rise of Kingdoms? I have no idea. 70,000 maybe? I have not been actively playing it off stream. Rude. Can you explain excavates and treasures? Yeah, if you do exclamation mark treasures, you should be able to see all of them that are available. Except there is now a new 1, 2, and 3 cost treasure from the mini set. So each time you cast a card that says excavate, you get a treasure from the first row in the picture. And the second time, you get one in the second row, and the third time, so on and so forth in the third row. 7 classes now, 5 in that infographic, and 2 more have a legendary treasure to get on the 4th excavate. You're always guaranteed to get the legendary treasure on the 4th. If you're a class that doesn't have a legendary treasure, then you go back to the first one. You'll get, on your 4th excavate, you'll get a 1 cost. Wow, Scrapsmith's pretty good. Stone Drake is pretty good too. Mine will be bigger than his. I can't play Stone Drake this turn though, if I want to Blade Storm. I get these as well. We already know the top 3 arena classes. I mean, we know what they are currently, but I don't think there's the truest assessment right now. There's probably still old data mixed in. I'm not 100% sure if that is true. Hammer. Craftsman's hammer. I still want to hero power. This gives him something to trade into. That might not be the end of the world. I might want to give him multiple cards. I guess at this point I might as well just play it. It's worse on our mana, but these actually do something, whereas this doesn't do anything this turn. So Shaman's gonna end up number 1, you think? I think Priest is gonna end up pretty high, but I won't be surprised if Warlock still just stays number 1. I won't be surprised. What about just executing it? What about just executing it? We have seen his legendary. Have we seen his dual treasure? He could get a legendary treasure, but we're not going to be able to avoid that. We haven't seen his... Oh, we have. He played a Vampire Fang. So it's really about... This game's really going to come down to whether or not he has a legendary treasure. We can beat it, but... might screw with us a bit. And I'll be able to execute something else. And we do push him 1 card deeper in the Fatigue War. I think that might matter.
Candle much lighter.
Well, he was going to top deck that anyway, but it's kind of fine. I guess not if he pulls the Stone Drake. Then we're screwed. If he pulls the Sunspot, he has had 2 of them. Then that could be a different story. We really need it to not... We need to be able to target it. Well, it's an 8/8 though, too. That kind of sucks. I could throw it back. Yeah, it doesn't have Reborn. It's not active this turn. You can trade it. It will be active again. Man, is that... It's got to be worth it. It feels awful, but I think this has to be worth it. I think. I want to clear everything. I'm just taking 1 on everything anyway. I think it's worth it. Especially too, because like he can't activate it this turn. It just buys me time to find my holy book. Oh, that's great. First off, you get the worst thing. And he's drawing. I mean, he doesn't really have a choice, right? Holy book bottom 5 feels bad? No, this is exactly when we need it. This is exactly when we need it. What was his special card? He had Vampiric Fangs. 3 mana, destroy a minion and restore its health to your hero. It's good. I'd put it in like the... I talked about the tiers earlier. I'd put it in the 3rd tier of treasures. I'd put Crab in its own tier. And then there's about 3 cards or 4 cards I'd put in a secondary tier. Holy Book, the 2 mana, the 2 mana 1/1 that you draw at the start of the game. That gets bigger every turn. The 5 mana 2/8, or I think it's a 2/8. The 5 mana 2/8 rush. That becomes an 8/8 after it attacks.
Now where did I put my explosives?
You ain't seen the last of me.
Which tier is Beastly Beauty? Which one's that? You have 2 great draws. I think you can win this. I think we're gonna win, Twig. Redbeard, more like Armor Beard. We are gaining an awful lot of armor in this deck. So yeah, I would say Crab, its own tier. Those other ones I mentioned would be tier 2. I should make a Duels treasure tier list. Is Angry Mob also good? I would put that in the
None can escape my fury.
3rd tier of playable Duels treasures. That's what I would do. Also, how can you be sure you will win that game? Me? How? He was out of cards. I mean, you can never be sure. Exorciser. You gotta give me a brief description of the cards, because I don't actually know them all. Oh, you know what's probably close to the top of the 3rd tier? Is the one that summons a legendary for 4 mana. I think that card's great.
Better be something good.
So hey Jazz, how are you? The weapon that silences before the attack? That card doesn't strike me as being good. Is that fair to say? I'm not so sure that's a good card. 3 mana? It's 3? 3 mana 3/3 weapon is good.
This is the best night of our lives.
But like, is that card better than Craftsman's Hammer? Probably not. You know? Probably not. I mean, sure, if you're getting value off of all 3 silences, or a ton of value off of 1 silence, sure, but outside of that, I don't really see it. And that just seems pretty unlikely. Sounds pretty situational. Yeah. Not bad to have, but like, I'd rather have a Sword Eater than that card. I drafted Reflecto Engineer. It's the best card I've ever played in Hunter. That card does what now? Reflecto, who's a what? Which one's Reflecto? You don't need silence 3 times. Sometimes you do. There's 3 minions you want to silence. It flipped attack and HP of all minions in hand. 3 mana, 2/4. Oh, isn't that card awful? I thought that card was awful. Interesting. I wonder if he attacks with the. Nope, never mind. Wand Maker. All right, this is always coming down. This chop is always happening. I can go 2/2/1. That's probably better than playing this, which just dies to that. Execute. Is that worth executing? Probably. So it might mean this trade happens. Swaps the health and attack on both players' hands. Is that a treasure? Hope you enjoyed having a 1/4 Tremors. Reflecto Engineer. Oh, yeah. I mean, there are times where that's gonna seem like the best card ever. But there are times where it's going to make your hand worse and your opponent's hand better, right? Get a random golden pirate and elemental from another class. Pirate and elemental. I have a taunt. I have a Reastraza, which is 1 card away from being active. My problem here is that I'm dead. Hit. I mean, I could heal. I could taunt. Hit. Hit. I could heal. I mean, I might not heal. Coins. I could armor this turn. I could go for some armored hot dogs, but I'm gonna hold off. It's kind of dicey because I might just be doing it next turn anyway. Like, use this. We'll see what he plays. Maybe he gives me a good target. The 4/4 rogue card can turn into a permanent stealth Dragonbane, which sucks to face. Yeah, I had that last meta. This is not that card, though. This is the one that gives you a combo card. Please don't kill me. Oh, he's gonna eviscerate me. Fuck. I could have double coined. But let's say we play Steward and we need to coin out an actual spell to stay alive. I don't think it's right to throw away the coins there. I don't think it's right, but it does feel like I wish I would have done it now. Top deck Sword Eater. How much do I usually stream? These days, closer to 6 hours a night, 40 hours a week. But I think we still average a bit more than 6 hours. And I think it's somewhat meta dependent. In the last 30 days, we've done 200 hours. So closer to, 50-hour weeks. Yeah, a little more than 50 per week is pretty, I just keep that because it's just such a good card, right? I like they're golden for no reason, yeah. I kind of feel a little like that is also kind of shoddy design somewhat. Where they're like, well, we just don't really have a great idea for a card. We have the idea for like half of a card. Make it give a golden card or whatever. Oh, okay. I think they've done other cards like that too. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it just feels like... I feel like in the last couple years of Hearthstone, a lot of the design has been good. A lot of it has been good, and I think a lot of the sets have been a lot of fun, and, I think Arena, honestly, is more interesting these days than it was, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, probably 5 years ago. You look at, like, Saviors of Old-Dune and... that other, You look at like Saviors and Descent, and it's just filled with so much trash. It feels like overall the cards are much more powerful and much more interesting and much more fun to play with. But there is like this portion of the design that seems preoccupied with like cosmetics and like golden, making things golden as being like a selling point for the card, and also just like these sort of unnecessary puns. I'm going somewhere with this. There's just so many cards where it's like I feel like in Castle Nathria I really started to notice it, where like the cards are just like order in the court, discard reorders your card, and you know, okay, and like every card from that set feels like it's like some sort of cheap pun of, and it's supposed to pass for like good design at times. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. It feels like it got real punny. And like, yeah, that's kind of cool and it's cute and has its place. But when you design a bunch of poorly designed cards, where it seems like you're just like trying to be clever with the, I don't know, it's just like, yeah. Gold Panner finding gold is fun, yeah. But Gold Panner is an interesting card regardless. Like, and I'm not like hating on the flavor, and I'm not like hating on like a good pun in the purest sense. You know what I mean? Maybe it sounds like it. You know, I'm actually gonna shoot his face. Like, good flavor's cool, but a 2-mana 1/2 that draws a card at the end of your turn, like, that's a good card. It's understated, it's got a beneficial effect, but it's not like so broken that it wins the game outright. You make the choice to coin out at 2 to kill it. Like, there've been a lot of cards like that, but like, sure, like there's like that card's fine. If you can, you know, imbue the game with some fun flavor and stuff while designing good cards, cool. Like, I'm all for that, of course. This treasure's just, I've not rolled this treasure yet, but I have been forced to steal this from my opponents constantly if I can, because the card is so nutty. I have a very hard time beating that if he's drawing them in the at any point. Go 5 and 3. It's big enough that it doesn't just die to that. Causes him to work a little bit. You could just play these 2 and start going, man. Good start for us to not have the Tyrant summon. Bad start. Bad continuation for us. Have him kill our guy. 3. I was gonna say, Coligarn is so good, but I need 1 more mana. I need an execute, not a blast charge. Coligarn. I could Coligarn the 2/2. Play it. Steal it? Steal what? I mean, stealing things is great. Stealing them and then having him just straight off my guy and get his card back and play it again is not great. I think what I'm gonna do, or what I'm kind of gonna be forced to do, is kill this. I could trade here. This is okay. Just a lot of taunts in it. Like, just ignore that. Double the stats of all the elementals in your hand and deck. I don't think I have any. I was just looking. Well, I was thinking about looking and seeing if we found another weapon and start swinging. We have the axe, we have a sword eater, and we have this other thing too. I guess I'm gonna swing. I'm not sure what you guys wanted to steal though. This thing? The problem is you leave up the 8/4 and then you lose your Coligarn for free and you give him a turn. Fading that for 1 more turn would have been nice. Suitor Scrolls could be swole with Therazine. Yeah, I have an elemental, I guess. Maybe now? Oh man, if he didn't roll this, then the Coligarn looks juicy, yummy, and amazing. Does nothing. God, if he just didn't hit it, then we would have been in a good spot. Taunts don't really help. Taunt could help. If this could attack, and I could give it rush. You know what would be good if I get that holy book, maybe. Darn. Sanitize. I'm just gonna die whenever these get drawn if I hit that. Okay, holy book. Holy book. Disrespectful.
Firmly grasp it.
I don't know.
You serve.
There could be an argument for this one, because he would need 4 damage instead of 1. He would need 3, I guess, instead of 1. But
I can be there.
he's probably just gonna have it anyway. Interesting that he top decked this. I wonder if he didn't have. I wonder if he wouldn't have been able to kill it. We'll see if we can keep an eye. Seems cute, but it's just not good enough. My own containment unit. You just traded that away and then you drew it again. I did.
Someone sound a horn.
I did. Wish it would have played out differently. Something good with Wind Fury and Stealth. That's something bad. Darn it.
Do not fear. Corruption contained.
Reinforced shitting.
One orc scrap is another orc sound.
I guess I get a rare treasure. You know what? Fuck it. Maybe I get something to throw his guy back.
Did someone sound a horn?
Hehe, they drew all the 8/8s in an extremely timely fashion. Not all of them. In case I top deck my Sanitize, it's important that he gets another free 8/8 immediately after that. Remorseless shitter. Oh god.
One.
We only need one.
You will not come closer.
This guy is a giant drawing fool. Fool of a took. Close that. Click this.
Got the beast in my sight. You look tasty.
I'm probably gonna get a brawl here. And it's probably gonna be amazing.
Charming composition.
Deals 6 damage to all. Wait, that would have actually been good. Could have been good. Oh, but it's only gonna deal 5 next turn. New drafting coming? We will be drafting soon. We did 2 runs. This is like old school Hearthstone. 2 runs in 4.5 hours. And this deck didn't even do that well. What's Holy Book? Silence and destroy a minion, summon a 10/10 copy of it. That turn we traded twice. If we had hit it and hit the containment unit, we would have had a legitimate chance here, I think. Basti is looking to the heavens. There's probably a dangling twig in front of him there. Fun and interactive instead of playing 5 wolves every game. Yeah, like I said, you can't win them all. But you can win some, and we did, and you can lose others, which we also did. Okay.